your dad, how did Roebuck do it? Because, I mean, if somebody disrespects my daughter, I'm going to get Jersey on him. All right? And Greg Cott, too, right?
Yeah,
you imagine
yeah.
somebody disrespects Katie?
They don't mess
We're
with
going to see
Katie.
Cott get angry, right?
Yes, indeed.
How did he hold it together?
Oh, man. Pops, there were times when we could tell Pops would be so angry, but he'd hold his peace. And then this one time, Pops and Reverend Franklin, we were together sometime. Purvis and Cecil Purvis have to hold Pops, and Cecil would have to hold Reverend Franklin. That was Reverend Franklin's, Aretha's daddy. And Natchez, Mississippi, I'll never forget it. There's always these service station guys,
The gas station.
The gas station. I'm driving. I was the night driver. I've driven from Jackson, Mississippi to Memphis, 3rd and Union. I'll never forget it. I pulled in this service station. It was a huge service station. And on the corner, I parked on the pump on the corner. Well, the office was over that, way over. So here comes this tall, young white boy, and he filled it up. I told him fill it up. After he filled it up, he came for his money. And I asked him, I said, can you wipe the bugs off the windshield? He looked at me for a while, and then he started slopping around the windshield, got him. And then he came for his money again. And I asked him for a cash receipt. And what did I do that for? Oh, N-word. You come over to the office if you want a receipt. And Pop said, pull over there, Mavis. See, this guy, I'm sure he hadn't seen my brother laying on the back seat, covered, because he's going to drive next. He see this man with mixed white hair. Pops had gray hair from 18 years old.
Yeah.
He wasn't no old man, and me and Cleety. So I pulled over there. Pops goes in to get the receipt, and I know Pops asked him. I'm sure he said, why you call my daughter that name like that? And that's so this boy shaking his finger in there. And when he did that, Pops clocked him.
Wow.
And he fell back, and then he came back, and they fought over into the grease part of the service station. And Daddy slipped down. He had a crowbar. I said, Cleety jumped out of the car, and she beating him in the back, and he got away from Cleety, and he run into his, I knew he was going for a gun. Yeah. And I said, Purvis, they're fighting. And Purvis come from under them coats like Superman, come out of that telephone booth, and he went up in the air and down on this guy. And that scared him and surprised him too, because he didn't know another man was in that car. I'm driving the kid car, I'm backing up, and he running. I almost ran over him because he slipped down. He was running over to some 18-wheelers. He got over to them, they pulled off. They watched the whole thing. And Daddy said, drive, Mavis, drive. All of them was huffing and puffing. I said, Daddy, I don't think I can drive no more. I'm too nervous. He said, Mavis, drive. So I started driving. I get on this bridge, and I see these lights. I said, Daddy, there's some lights behind me. Look like it's 3 cars. He said, keep driving. Get on across the bridge. Get on across the bridge and then stop. I got across the bridge, and I stopped. When I stopped, they jumped out of those cars, shotguns, dogs were barking.
It was the police.
It was the police.
Yeah.
And this guy had told him that we beat him up and didn't pay for our gas, and so you better stop. He kept calling Pops boy. Handcuffed Daddy to the arm of the car. This boy looked like he want to run. And Pops kept telling him, these are my children. We sing gospel music. You can call WTIA. You can call anybody in Memphis, and they'll let you know who we are. And they wouldn't hear that. They put the shotgun right on Cleety, because she undo her jeans, when she get in the car, and she wanted to pull her jeans up. He said, I told you to keep it. They had us on the highway like this. and cars were zooming past us. I ain't never been so scared in my life. I was scared. I said, Lord, I'm not going to see Mama no more. I just knew they were going to lynch us. They put us in 3 different cars, in those 3 different cars, and handcuffed us behind our backs. So I was never so glad to see a police station. They took us to jail instead of out in the woods, you know. And the first thing, Pops walked into this black man mopping the floor. He said, Papa Staples, what you doing here?
Yeah.
And then he saw us coming. He said, I'm your children. And man, for years after that, we could laugh. But at that moment, it was sad. The chief came out. They sit us down. Chief came out and said, all right, who's going to tell me what this was all about? And Pop said, I tell you, sir, you take me to another room. And because Daddy still didn't want me to hear everything this boy was saying about me. Took Pops to another room. Chief come out. He said you got a receipt for this gas that the boy said you didn't pay for. Sent Cleety out to get this receipt. Cleety come back with the receipt, all bloody. Because Pop knocked some blood out of you, a lot of blood.
He got him good.
Yeah, he got him good. And that boy wouldn't mess with nobody else. No. He was a young kid, tall and skinny. And I'll never forget this. Never. Daddy told him, so here come Cleety with the receipt, and that proved that we paid for our gas. And then the chief told him, get them handcuffs off them people. Let them people go. And all the policemen, they want to start joking. One, I believe me and my wife saw y'all on the Hootenanny. I believe we saw y'all on TV. And Purvis said, man, get them handcuffs off my sister. That vein had come out of Purvis's head. Yeah. When you see that vein back up, he's mad. He's angry. And so I couldn't drive no more. Purvis started driving. We started coming on home. And the next morning, Pittsburgh Courier, all of y'all had the news. And the Staples singer beat up a white man in Memphis, Tennessee. And my friends would say, Mavis, your family beat up a white man? I said, yes, we did. Yes, we did. But that was the time. Daddy, he couldn't, there were times I would see Pops, like you say, has he ever gotten over Mississippi? This song, Blowing in the Wind, when we first heard Dylan sing that, Pop said, wait a minute, y'all, listen to what that kid is saying. And he was saying how many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man. And Pops would tell us stories about when he was in Mississippi, if a white man was coming towards him on the same side of the street, he had to cross over. So it was in him. Pop wouldn't let nobody manage us. A white man wanted to manage us. And me and Cleety knew, we said, we going places now. He gonna take us there, Daddy said, no, hey man, I manage my children. So we were happy with Daddy managing us.
Yeah, you were a tight-knit group. I mean, and you were traveling through the South, just the family in Pop's car, Cadillac. He had a gun. He told me that he would keep just in case.
Yeah, in a trunk.
And the poor guy at the gas station didn't realize that Pops was a boxer when he was growing up on Dockery Farm.
Right,
so he knew how to take care of himself.
Oh, he could swing. Yeah.
But it could have gone the other way. You could have wound up in the woods.
Oh, please. Oh, please. And then I wouldn't be sitting here with you guys.
Right. That's right.
Right.
It could have wound up the other way.
Right.
If I hadn't I often think about if I hadn't said, Purvis, if he had gotten into that drawer, because he was going for a gun, I would have no daddy. God was looking out for us.